Hello and welcome along and welcome back to the farm. It's it's been a bit of a wet couple of days here in New Woodshire, and yeah, finally at about 25 past 3 in the afternoon, it has dried out, or the canola has dried out enough for us to cut it. So yeah, we are continuing on with our harvest. And we're going to get this field done by the end of today, hopefully. Chris is on carting again, so that is good news. He should be doing that, and we're gonna do it very much as we've done before. Not expecting to unload very often off here, so he's just sitting at the top end of the field, and I will unload to him as I get round. As you can see, the harvest is getting into my throat a little bit. We should be, that'll clear up. That's nothing, nothing too bad. It's all the dust that flies around at this time of year. Just kind of gets to my throat a little bit. Makes me a little bit croaky at times. But I'm good otherwise. And I'm hoping for a good harvest off of our canola here. Should be good. We've got some baling to do soon. We've got our wheat field that we cut last time. Well, because of the wet, we've not been able to get that baled up. But give it a little bit of drying and it'll be fine. Don't want to leave it out too long or it'll start to rot down. But yeah, first we want to. The rain has been bad enough to make us to stop us harvesting this. It's not been bad enough to rot the crop, rot the straw, or be really bad on the straw. That'll be fine. It's just a bit of surface moisture that will eventually dry off. You can see we've got a bit of dead crop going through there. That's not good. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise this is looking quite good actually. Not a bad yield off this. Half a tank already, just going up the top of our window there. So I think we'll probably empty once we get this headland finished. And we'll head over to Kristensen. Yeah, he's just sitting there waiting for us at the moment. And be careful here because we're putting our back of our combine out onto the road to try and avoid causing an accident. Really, lift my comb up a little bit. As I think we're getting into the crop a little bit too much. Just want to sort of tease the top of the canola into it, help it to lay down on the belt. I mean, this belt is fantastic for not losing crop. It's a really gentle way of gathering in the crop. We mainly have it on here for the soybeans. Soybeans are notorious for falling out and giving us issues. Now we're only 2/3 full, but we're not going to make it round the headland again. So what I'm going to do is just empty out into the trailer here. There we go. And that will then save us, well, save Chris having to come round to us on the other side. And then we can get on with our second headland. One thing I do love about this combine is that it has a really, really quick unload. Really, really efficient. So if I'm doing something like that, oh, it's about to go in the crop the wrong way around. So if I'm doing something like that and emptying as I come round to the field rather than emptying as we go, it then actually works better for us because a quick unload time means I'm standing there less time and I'm able to make more more time on the field. You know, we're not standing there too long. So it's pretty good with this combine. I do like it for that. And that's just about got the second headland done. In fact, there we go. And before we cut in, we're at 54% on this. So it's 110% off those 2 headlands. So we wouldn't have quite made it all the way. And I'm going to cut in now. So we'll head over. Ooh, a little bit far over. Let me just reposition myself. There we go. Perfect. That'll do. Rather nicely. Get that into the trailer again. You can see the speed with which this combine unloads. Really nicely. Now this canola field we've got here is not that wide, especially with this combine. So we're going to go in. I want to go in about 4 rows across, and you can see here. I drop the header down. We're pretty much in the middle of the field with where I want to head into the crops. So yeah, straight down the middle. And then we're positioned perfectly for it. And we can just go straight down the middle of this and then cut it in half and work our way out. There are 2 ways of doing this. You take out the edges, or you open the field up and go straight down the middle. I prefer to go straight down the middle. Very, very much more my preference. To go straight down the middle like this. And yeah, makes much more of a difference to me. Just in general use of fuel and things. We had left the combine out here because after the last field we didn't feel the need to do anything with it. It does have, it could do with the fuel top up really. There we go. But it's performing well, and you can see it's not very many widths of our combine to knock this field out. Never a huge amount off here, but it's a decent sized field, but it's not a massive sized field. We could possibly incorporate fields. Well, I've got 2 fields that I could incorporate. Either that grass field there, which I think we're now. I don't think we need as many grass fields as we have. We're able to feed our cattle fairly easily. So I think that field there is nice and flat and easy, and we might see if we can incorporate that into this field maybe next year, or possibly, well, then I'm looking at this fairly slightly more awkward grass field at the top that Chris is currently sitting in with the tractor. I am looking at that to be our main pasture. It's an awkward shaped field. It doesn't work very well for us. It's not easily incorporated into any of our other fields. I mean, we could include parts of it in other fields, but in general it's just a little bit of an awkward field. So yeah. But we might, that field there, which is fairly flat, it does have a bit of a ridge coming up to here, but we might unify the crops between this field and that one. So while they won't be part of the same field, they will be part of the same stage in our rotation, and as a result we're in a position where we will earn a fair amount from it. It will double the amount of crop that we get between these 2 fields, because this is one of our smaller fields, this one, especially these days. Although we're doing something similar actually at the moment. Oh, we're not going to get a full width from that, so I'm going to shift over and we'll leave ourselves a reasonable amount to come back on. As you can see, we're not going to take very long to get this field out today. Not a very big field at all. It's just working nicely. Yeah, all of this is going to go into our trailer. We're not going to end up with any excess or anything like that, I don't think. It'll just all fit in. And if I got to do a row down there, I might as well do a wider row and make sure that we're not missing anything. Now the question is here, how far was I off my centre? About, yeah. So this field does fit into an exact thing, and if you're that's the disadvantage of picking an arbitrary point in the middle and opening the field up. You can see here that this is nowhere near as wide as a full width on our header. So yeah, it would probably have been better for us to have worked our way in than worked our way out. We would have got it would have taken us, well, it would have dropped one more row off. But considering that would have put us at the bottom end of the field anyway, it's not such a huge issue. We'll get all this in, and we won't get a full tank off here. So yeah, 2 full tanks, or just under 2 full tanks of canola. That's pretty good. No, actually, it should be 2 full tanks. We're only 9% shy of that because yeah, we had 110% off our headlands. There we go. And that's pretty good. Going very, very nicely. So I think if we've got time, yeah, we'll head back to the shed. Our next thing is we're probably going to leave the combine out here, although we do need to get the combine refueled, I think, before we tackle the soybeans. But yeah, no point, I think, in fiddling about trying to get our earlier planted soybeans. Or the combine back to the shed. We'll leave this out here for our earlier planted soybeans. I'll need to bring a fuel trailer out and just refuel the combine. But yeah, we'd have to drop the header off and everything to get the combine to fuel in the yard. 87%. So yeah, just under 2 full tanks. That is not bad at all. Chris can go and tip this. Brilliant. And we'll go and put the combine away. Well, we'll go and put the combine ready for the next field that we need to cut with it. And yeah, I think we might actually get out on the baler today as well. Chris has headed home, and I am out here getting this field baled up. If we can, we want to get these bales done and dusted, really. And let's leave that. See if we can get round it back at this angle. But yeah, I kind of want to get these bales done and into the barn. As I said, we had a day or so of unexpected rain, and while it hasn't really affected the quality of the straw, if we don't start getting it up soon, it's going to start rotting down. So I want to not leave it out here too much. Fortunately, it's the rain that has happened hasn't hung around too long. So as a result, has been sort of showery. It's been enough to stop us harvesting. It's not been enough to affect the straw, thankfully. But we're going to have to, with more rain on the way, I think it's going to be wise for us to get this baled up and collected. So I'm going to get this done, and then we can go around with our auto stacker and get these collected up. We only, as I said last time, we only want 2 full auto stackers off here, because any more than that, we don't have space in the shed, or I'm going to have to start working out how to get stuff up to 2 levels. That would probably require a new bale spike, I think. None of our bale spikes are really up to that task. And so yeah, that's something that we'd have to consider. In general though, this is going well. I don't know if we'll get this all done today. I don't want to do it too much longer. It is 5:30 in the evening, and we're going to start getting dewfall soon. And baling up wet straw is not a good idea. You know, it's been nice and sunny enough to get this stuff dried to a point where I'm happy to bale it today. But if it's, I want things to be perfect for it, not for us to really be getting moist straw in. It's not a wise thing. So yeah, we might get the headlands off this tonight. I think would be good, and then we'll be able to go from there. But in general, we're looking okay, I think. I think we might get enough bales just off the headlands, to be honest. And we've got, this is our only field which will produce straw this year as well. So, yeah, it's kind of all or nothing off this. But that should be fine. That should be absolutely fine. We're up to about 27, 28 bales at this point, and that really is all the bales we need. That's a little bit funny here, so I'm not worried about the extra straw there. But yeah, so we need 2 full things from our auto stacker. That pretty much covers it. It is yeah. 27, 28 bales, absolutely what we're after. Just off the headlands, so that's good news. Which is pretty much where I wanted to get tonight. We're able to then get these off the headlands, make it easier for us to navigate here. But with autumn coming in, I want to start preparing the fields we have cut for replanting. That means we're going to be doing some manure spreading over the next few vlogs as well, because I need to get manure on here to prepare these fields for the next crops. Can't remember what's going in here. I need to go back to the office and check my rotation planner. I have a feeling we may be putting winter canola in this field. So yeah, a quick turnaround is an absolute must on here, because we want to get that in the ground quickly. Our soybeans are almost ready, as you can see. Well, that batch, we've got the second batch of soybeans, which were our experimental set, just across the road. I don't know how close those are to being ready. So yeah, I need to go and check those out. And actually, looking at the state of the combine, I am going to have to bring that back to the shed. We've got if I leave that much muck and dust and things on it, it is gonna get on fire. We're gonna add one spark and that will go up. So yeah, I think we need to go and look after our combine properly and do that. But that is a pretty good place for us to finish an absolute bale here. we go. Feed the last couple out. And yeah, that is doing well. I think I'm happy with that. Plenty of bales here, so we'll get around the field and we'll get these collected up, I think. So let's pull this off and we'll go and park. Well, we'll leave this at the side of the field here. We're going to be doing more baling. I want to get these collected up. So turn off the engine. Start her up again. And we'll go and find our auto stacker. Be a fairly quick run around the fields to grab these. And it's over here. This Andersen stacker has been really useful to us. Just so quick to get stuff on and off the field. And stacks things at a height that our skid steer can reach, which is good. Yeah. There we go. Bring it out. We'll get these stacked up. Oh, I want to hit my... Yeah, as I said, 28 bales off here is good. Well, more than that, we must have added another half dozen, so maybe sort of 34 bales or something like that, I think, off here, which is really good news. As I say, we only need a couple. We only need a few. We only need 2 stacks. We don't need more than that. There we go. Come round. And we'll take the inner stuff first. Let's go straight onto that bale as I can. There we are. And yeah, as I was saying, this will just clear out these headlands and make it easier. I mean, ones like that, you know, much harder for us to then get the actual rows baled. So good to get the headlands picked up first, and we're already over half of the stacker. So yeah, very good number of bales along here. Guide it in, get it stacked up, and yeah, this giant grab claw on this, amazing piece of engineering, absolutely incredible. Right, just 4 more bales, we'll do it, and you can see more than a single run around. Let's do this. We should get up to this headland, I think. 2 more. Bring it around. Yeah, we'll get up to this headland at the top here, and we can just come round the field the other way next time. There we go. And that will do it. So we'll fold that in, and I will take this back to the yard. So we do have space for 2 rows down the far end of our bale shed. Over here. It's good to get these in before too much dew happens. Getting a bit crowded down this end. I may have to move some stuff about because that is, yeah, that is not ideal for us for unloading. Whoa. Try to go a bit away from you then. that is not where I want to put that. This is the difficult bit, is getting this into a position where I can slide in these bales. Without hitting any of our existing stacks. Right, there we go. That should do it. We might have to reposition these with the skid steer a bit, as I've found in the past. Oh. Right. Let's get this into the unload position, and that gives us just a little bit more visibility on this. Yeah, so you can see there. I'm going to straighten it up a bit. Right, and unload it. There we go. Yeah, we will have to take the skid steer to that a little bit, I think. You can see it's not wholly straight, but we can get the skid steer at it from the side, and that will do it. Yeah, that will again get these pushed in and stacked in. So I'll get that done, and then we'll head out to the field and go and get another lot. But for now, I think I will leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.